On file item 174, AB 2218, the clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2218 by Assemblymember Santiago and others, enacting access to health services.
Mr. Santiago, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm proud to present AB 2218, which will provide medical and direct support services for the TGI community. We all know there's been alarming disparities for healthcare for transgender people in our state, and it's only been exacerbated by COVID-19. It's vital that we provide resources to the TGI community to access appropriate healthcare, and I respectfully ask this body for an aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Santiago. Seeing and hearing no further debate on the matter, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote.
All right, Shalom. First, giving all acknowledgement to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors and much respects to my teachers, beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the Akim out there, presenting their bodies a living sacrifice to make sure this truth is preached out the four corners of the earth. All right, now, pretty much what's going on is they're trying to pass this bill to pretty much provide funds so that those in the LBGT whatever community can get better access to healthcare, right? But what this includes, because I spent most of yesterday, today's July 3rd, July 2nd, yesterday, I spent most of the day, looking into this bill because I saw a few things about this, but there was some information, some misleading information. So, I was pretty much digging into what this is about. But because California is talking about passing a bill to pretty much cut off the reproduction system of children. But from what I'm understanding, what I've been reading, if I'm correct, this isn't the actual bill. All right. But this is the bill to provide the funds in order to do so, because what their argument is that, children pretty much, trying to say how to put this in words, but pretty much they're talking about these children and how they're confused. A lot of children are suffering from mental illnesses and things along that nature, right? So they're trying to argue that by cutting off the reproduction system of children and pretty much sterilizing children, and this is young kids we're talking, as well as young teens, young teenagers. But again, they're trying to pass this bill in order to provide the funds in order to do these things. All right, which is just pretty much the whole point of me doing this video is just to show just touch on the wickedness of this place. All right, in this channel, because this was just a clip from the small. I saw this whole video. It's pretty much just people going into their arguments and explaining why they agree or don't agree with them passing this bill. All right. But I'm not gonna play this whole video. But in this particular video, they put some in the description link. They put someone's. Oh, let me just read it. It says the California Assembly Health Committee held a hearing on May 18th for AB 2218, a bill to create a $15 million fund that can be used to pay for transgender, cross-sex hormones, and sex changes operations. And again, this includes, this is included for children and young teens. All right. It says the bill author is Assemblyman Miguel Santiago. Listen to Dr. Quentin Van Meter, a board-certified pediatric endocrinologist, opposed this bill because of this threat to the health of children. And it says start listening to his testimony at the 15-minute mark, which again, I'm not going to play the video, but because again, this video, it's just people, they gave people a certain amount of time to, oppose the bill. I believe it was 3 minutes, up to 3 minutes. These certain individuals had up to 3 minutes to explain why they shouldn't pass this bill. And this one particular fellow, which he made a good point, and they quoted his speech, which I'm going to read. It says, think of a carousel in a park, beckoning to a troubled child with promises of rides on ponies and dolphins, with cotton candy offered at every turn, Van Meter explained. Ask the child if they want to go on and they will say yes. Ask them after one ride if they want to get off and return to a painful place, and they will say no. Ask them if they are happy on the ride, and they will say yes. Follow them on this carousel ride for 10 years, and there will be a change in their answer as the luster has worn off, and they are seeking real answers as to why they were troubled in the first place. Medical literature and the testimonies of trans adults who have returned to a congruence of gender and sex show that this carousel is, in the end, a circular hell. It says Van Meter concluded this testimony with a warning. Those who are led to believe that affirmation is the answer to their prayers will come back through legal means and hold accountable those who built the carousel, who ran the carousel and saw fit to polish the brass poles and serve cotton candy in order to keep people on board, he said. Which, again, he has a point, right? Because, again, they're trying to argue that these young kids and young teens, they're confused about their gender and sexuality and things of that nature, and they're trying to argue the point that if you pretty much sterilize these kids, it'll solve the problem. That's what they're trying to argue. All right, but what this guy was saying is, yeah, it might do something for the short term, but in the long run, it's gonna bite them in the ass. And again, this whole video is just going into people's opposition. All right, and there was a few people that were they actually had these sex changes, and they called through and explained how pretty much with these these people that were these these I don't know the word for it, when you you pretty much change these transgenders, right? These ex-transgenders, they're testifying on how that it pretty much didn't change anything, but yet it made things worse, and the mental illness, it got worse, right? Because once you do that, that's pretty much something that you can't really you can't really bounce back from. But again, they're trying to push this whole agenda that these kids, they don't know what they want, they're confused about their sexuality and things of that nature, right? And again, I just wanted to touch because I don't believe this is being mainstreamed. They're not really talking about these things. So this is why ultimately the point of doing this video is just to show that Yahweh Shemir Shai, we need these days to be shortened, man, for real, because just look what they're trying to put out there, and this is all recent. This was in the past. This was all within this year. All right, So again, this is why we need Yahweh Shemim Shai to speak these days up, man, because this place is evil. And if he doesn't come, there will be no flesh to be saved. All right. But the agenda of Esau, man, get this real quick. And Isaiah 13 and 11. This is why this place has to be destroyed, man, because this place is straight up evil. It's wicked. All right, we're at an all-time high, and it's only getting worse. All right. Isaiah 13 and 11, it says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. Yeah, this is, a plot all by the wicked elites, man. Pushing this nonsense on our youth. This is why these people, they got to be punished, man. They got to be taken out of power. And here it is, you got a lot of jakes out here thinking this is it, man. I say this all the time, man, with disgrace. You got a lot of jakes out here thinking this is heaven, man. You might get a good job or new home or whatever the case may be, and you might think this is it, man. Like, it don't get no better than this. Well, hey, man, if you're a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, hey, guilty by association, man. You deserve the same judgment that Esau's going to get, which is the wicked. Referencing Malachi 1 and 4. All right. It says, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So again, these people got to be taken out of power, man. These devils, man. There's no one as profane as Esau, man. Going to Hebrews 12 and 16, it tells you that these devils, man, let me just read it real quick. Hebrews 12 and 16, it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. All right, so there's no one that's more vile. There's no one that's more dirtier, down and low life. No one more disgusting as these people Esau, Edom, man. These people are just filthy dogs, filthy devils, man, and they got to be taken out of power. Because again, look at the whole agenda that they're trying to push on our youth, man. Sterilizing children. So man, this Yahweh Razah, this be the year, man, or early next year, 2021, man, because this place got to go, man. This place has to go. So I just wanted to bring that up real quick. I'm gonna keep my eye on that whole ordeal. Seeing what they're talking about. But yeah, man, Yahweh Razah, you were edified. And, once again, giving all acknowledgement to Yahweh Shemim Shai. Double honors, much respects to the men of great millstone, beginning with the apostles and elders on down. Until next time, Shalom.